welcome back. Day Drinking with Dog. That big puff you just heard is Tilly Conine across the way from me, sucking on his little hookah pipe.
Let's go.
Drinking a Coors Light. Now, he's drinking a Coors Light on a Viva show. I actually allowed it because I know that's pretty much all Tilly drinks. But welcome back to the show. I think this is number 4?
Maybe
or
4.
5.
4 or 5.
You were one of the OGs. We did it on your back deck before I had the studio.
Yep.
All the kids. We had to actually pause the show for about 40 minutes because you were interviewing a potential maid.
Oh, yeah. I remember that cleaning lady version.
The cleaning lady?
It didn't work out.
No, that's too bad. Thanks so much for returning to the show. We got some big breaking news from you and your life. And first of all, your wedding was awesome.
Thank you.
You know, first time I had you on since then. We had a great time. I wish we stayed over, but I mean, I didn't drive, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But
You did have fun. That was a good wedding.
oh yeah, we had a great time.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was a great spot. Too bad the weather was a little overcast.
It didn't rain, though.
But it didn't rain.
It didn't rain, which
What a
is
great
great.
spot that is. Kind of
Dude,
a pain to get to. But
Candlewood Inn.
yeah,
That was awesome.
that was nice.
And the food, good.
I can't remember. See, I'm not a big wedding food guy.
Neither am I, but the
I
food
mean,
was
give me
good.
the apps and I'm good. I just want to drink and dance and drink some more.
Right.
You know, I don't need the filet mignon and the fucking salad and the potatoes. I just want.
It went by so quick.
Like you
for
had a good hors d'oeuvre area.
Yeah, no. I had the happy hour. The cocktail hour.
Yeah,
It was great.
The buffalo chicken mac and cheese.
Oh, yeah.
And lobster. What was it? Lobster.
Lobster. There's this lobster rolls, oysters.
Yes, lobster rolls. Yeah,
The mussels.
oysters, shrimp cocktail, cheese.
I know, Adriana was so
everything.
beautiful. I love you, Adriana.
Oh, there's the shout out.
Shout out to my
Age.
beautiful, beautiful wife.
There we go. Got to get that out there. Get that out of the way. All right. So obviously, some of the past shows we've talked about is a lot is music, and obviously, as long as I've known you, you're very musically inclined. You got a lot of bands over the years. Obviously, you ran Daniel Street for a really long time.
I love the music.
Love the music, but now, which one do you want to get into first? The new album that you created, or the music video that is literally just going viral online right now with 1,500 views? Actually, I don't even know.
No.
Do you know how many views you have? Is that a thing?
Not many. I thought it would be more received.
Yeah.
But that's why we're here.
You know what? So I watched it for the first time today. So it's called "Party in the Bathtub."
It's a kid's song.
Right. It's a kid's song. You ever watch like The Daily Show or like those like, you know, fake news shows?
Love those shows.
And every once in a while they'll like come up with this obscure video from some guy in like Montana, and they'll show it and like make fun of it. Not that I'm making fun of it, but like I could totally see one like Jon Stewart dissecting your video down. You know what I mean?
So that was the goal of that video, was literally to be like, all right, this is going to be like your 10 seconds in the spotlight, even though you're getting like made fun of.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like we're literally making fun of it.
So you guys, it was funny. It was a little strange.
Yeah.
But I mean, I knew all the cast of characters in it, so I knew who everybody was.
So it's essentially "Party in the Bathtub" was a song that we wrote to get River, our youngest kid, was having problem taking baths.
Yeah.
So one night after,
just didn't want to, like cried, didn't want to go in there.
It
What
was just an
deal?
obstacle. So we had this hurdle we had to overcome.
Yep.
I don't know how to happen. I started coming up with this beat, figured bathtub song, started writing this song that he can get excited about. Party in the Bathtub, and he loved it. And from there on out, he loved taking a bath. And of course, we had to do the music video. Shout out to Matthews.
Oh, Matthews is awesome.
Jordale, great videographer. He filmed it. He was very professional. We had a budget. We had props. I mean, it was, we were really going for it.
What was the budget?
The budget was like nothing. It was like a couple $100.
Oh, all right. That's not bad.
It was like $20,000. No, it was like a couple $100.
I hope that went to Matthews. So I watched the video. Yeah, you guys are all in the bathroom. Now, mind you, everyone's fully clothed. This is not a weird like that kind of party in the bathtub.
Right.
But everyone's dancing around, having the kids seem to love it. So literally, you can go on YouTube?
Yeah, you can search it. It's on YouTube.
Party in the Bathtub, Phil Conine.
It's a video. It's awesome. Show it to your kids. So this would be a shout out to parents with kids under 5 years old.
Right.
This is your 2-year-old to 6-year-old, call it. music video with a twist for the parents, because it's funny for the parents. It's not just like your normal. All right, so I have the kids, and it's always like these typical kid songs. It's like, like I am the earth, dun dun dun. Like I am covered with water. I have the moon. It's like, okay, this is kind of cool, but it's not. So it's a kid song that's like, you can catch yourself listening to when you're not with the kids.
Right, like Shark, or what is it? I don't know, what's that shark song?
Baby Shark?
Baby Shark?
No, it's cooler than Baby Shark, just not nearly as remotely influential.
Or addictive?
Honestly, the premise I came up with, because I was a big Yo Gabba Gabba fan. I don't know if you know Yo Gabba Gabba. It's like a kid show which came from this band. It's a huge show. They make millions of dollars on Yo Gabba Gabba, but it's a kid show that came from a band. Shout out to this band called the Aquabats, who are like a superhero band. They wear tights, the superhero. They tour around. They played to thousands of people. This is way back in the day. And the members of that band started this show, Yo Gabba Gabba. Little known fact about the Aquabats, their drummer was, can you guess it? Travis Barker.
Really?
Yeah, so it was his first band.
Okay.
And before he got really huge, and it's awesome. Aquabats it's a ska band. They're really cool. But they have the kids show, and they do kid songs with like a twist for like hipster adults. Is the best way to describe it. So it's not like
right.
It's not like what's that Rachel show? Miss Rachel. It's more like Yo Gabba Gabba. It's like cool.
You explained it perfectly. Speaking of hipster, so you got a new hip the last 3 weeks, huh?
I did. I had full hip replacement 2 weeks ago this Monday.
Right. So did they do the full incision, or did they do that like little one and they slide it out, because there's two different ways to do it.
I mean, my incision is like that big.
Yeah, I think that's the full one. Yeah, because the other, or maybe that, I don't know. I think
it
the cold scar's probably that big. So
it seems small for what they had to do. Yeah. I was nervous though.
I'm sure.
When I went in, the surgeon who was weird. So leading up to the surgery,
any shout out to the surgeon?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Dr. Lynch, Chris Lynch, amazing.
Oh, nice.
Does a great job. But like talking with him, he's like, yeah, we'll get in there, we'll fix you up. I was like, all right, like a little more details. He's like, yeah, you're going to fix you. And I'm like, all right. So the day of the surgery, he comes, and it snowed all that night. So I was driving to the surgery with like 3 inches of snow on the ground.
Really?
And surgeries aren't like, a delay.
No, you got, they got a schedule to keep.
Yeah, like you're watching like the delay channel in the morning. It's like Milford, 90-minute delay.
Phil Conine's hip surgery delayed to noon.
Exactly. It just wasn't on there. I was going in. But the doctor, the surgeon, when he came in, he was like excited. Like I could see he was hungry for the knife. He was like, hey, we're going to do this today, right? I'm like, oh, God. And then what really scared me was when they wheeled me into the room, there was like this, the team was in there. And then there was this guy in like you ever see like a welder's mask?
Yeah.
He had like this giant welder's mask on.
Oh yeah, he's the one sawing.
And he was like holding this big like saw and like hammer, and he was just smiling at me. And like, I'm not gonna lie, it scared the shit out of me. Like it was.
How quickly were you in the room where they just fucking put you out?
We mean when I got there to when I went in the room?
Like when you're in the room, I mean, they're putting you under. So, like, how long were you, like, lying there before they put you under? Like, were you, like, so anxiety-ridden? Like, all right, just fucking put the fucking needle in me and knock me the fuck out. I don't want to think about this anymore.
They did some meds, and I think they started hitting me. I was wheeled in the room, and I'd say within 2 minutes, I think I was out.
Yeah.
Like, they had talked about a spinal, and I remember thinking to myself, like, oh, I'm a baby, and this is going to hurt. But I don't even remember it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I love getting put under. I just had a colonoscopy like 4 months ago.
Oh yeah, that's what the propofol.
Yeah, just count 10 to 1 backwards, and I'm like, I'm making fucking 1. There's no way, and I'm like 10, 9, 8.
Yeah,
and you wake up in another room, great sleep.
Yeah, it's nuts.
It's a little groggy when you wake up. So like this is all outpatient now, right? Like you used to have hip surgery, you're in the hospital for a couple days. Now they have it. They put you in a wheelchair and fucking see you later.
I was walking out of the building. So I got there at 7 a.m. Surgery was at 9. I woke up in the room at 11, and I was walking out of the surgery into Tsunami, my beautiful minivan. Shout out to Tsunami, I love you. At 1.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
It's crazy, right?
It was weird.
I dropped Nicole off like around 6:30, and this is a couple years ago, so it was still kind of COVID-y, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed in the hospital, or it wasn't the hospital, but the clinic. I came back at 1 o'clock, and they wheeled her out in a wheelchair. I threw her in the car, and it's all right. Obviously the nurses came to the house, and the physical therapist came to the house, and all that. But
Right.
I think it was rougher on me that first week than her. It was brutal for me.
Yeah, well, it was hard. It was hard on Adriana too. It's funny you mention that because it's like because you care about this person and they're in pain, man. It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough to see someone. It's tough to see someone that you care about in pain.
Now, so this is what happened to Nicole. So I think it was the second night she was home.
Yeah,
is when her anesthesia fully wore off. And I happened to be sitting in the living room, and you could do it. Our old condo, you could straight shot. I could see the bedroom all the way down the hallway.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking out, and I see her get up. I'm like, oh fuck, what is she doing? So I walk into the bedroom, and she is out of it. She doesn't know where the fuck she is. She doesn't know who she is, and she fucking falls.
Oh no!
I catch her. Thank God she fell towards me and not away from me. So I catch her. I lay her on the ground, and in 15, 20 seconds, she kind of comes to. And she's like, oh my God, what the fuck? How did I end up here? And I'm like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck's going on?
Right, shit, that's scary.
So, she talked to the doctor the next day. Goes, yeah, some people have that reaction when, that anesthesia finally wears off, and now, and of course, now the pain really goes crazy. And she didn't want to take the heavier pain meds. She just took like Tylenol.
Right.
So I benefited by having her Percocets. That was always an extra benefit for me. You got any on you, by the way?
No, they gave me.
What'd they give you?
They gave me 5 milligram pills of Oxy.
Yeah, same shit. Yeah.
And I was taking one. I got off those 4 days in.
Yeah.
I hate that shit. I just hate opiates. Lost a lot of good friends, so I just didn't like it. Wanted to get away from them as quick as possible. But I didn't pass out like that at all coming off it, but there's definitely some painful moments.
Yeah. I mean, you walked in, you got a little cane now, you're almost there.
Exactly.
You're going to be cycling this summer?
I'm trying to do a trip in September.
Yeah.
I was on the bike today for 10 minutes of physical therapy.
Oh, nice. Nice. I know you'd like to do that. What'd you do? The Tennessee to...
Yeah, Georgia to Alabama.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It was good.
Just bike the trails, right? There's
cool.
like just trails that go all the way there.
It's like a mini bicycle highway, like mile markers. Mile marker 27, mile marker 60.
Oh, really?
It's fucking like, whoa, let's go.
Right.
It's cool.
Nice.
But so while I'm sitting there recovering from the hip surgery, I figured, man, I got to release some of my music.
Yeah.
Which is how this happened with getting this album together. So I started going into my archive and into my files on my phone because I'm a huge songwriter. I've written hundreds of songs. I got over 100 songs alone on my phone.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, just songs about everything. I have freaking quarantine songs, day drinking with dog songs, love songs, hip hop songs, whatever. And I just found ones that I kept going back to and put them together and figured, fuck it, I'm gonna do this.
All right, well, let's jump right into it. So, this isn't your debut album because you have albums. Is this your debut solo album?
Yeah, it's a debut solo album.
All right, there we go.
I've had albums with bands, but this is a debut Phil Conine album.
All right, so we're gonna start. So we have 3 songs here, and then we have the Party in the Bathtub, which we'll finish the show. We'll finish with
Party.
Yeah. So which one do you want to start with? Honey Patches, since that's the title of the...
Yeah, so I guess we could start with Honey Patch. Yeah.
All right, we'll play like 30 seconds. It's a nice melody, and and then you could talk to me how you came about, the song and the lyrics and all that.
Yeah.
What you going to do when you think you'll leave? When they're done with you, what you going to bring? Where you think you'll go? Where you think you'll end up? How could you have known? Little world's a mess of honey. Catch, stealing my money. Catch, honey.
All right, Honey Patches. Nice little melody. Now,
Yeah.
Are you doing this all in your basement?
Yeah.
In your little... it's not even really a studio. It's just pretty much a basement.
Well, I mean, I have like the whole band set up down
Right,
there.
you have everything down there, so...
But I have a way to like record, and I do that, and Yeah, and if it sounds good, you know what I gauge it on is this, because it's tough writing stuff and listening back to your own stuff.
Yeah.
So when I write a song, like, so say I write like 20 songs. The next day when I'm like going to work at Stonebridge, if I'm playing like one of them, I'm like, oh, why am I listening to my own song? And then like when I'm coming home, I'm like, oh, I got to listen to that again.
Yeah.
So it's like I become like a fan of my own stuff, but it's not all like that.
Yeah.
So I take the ones that I'm like, oh shit, like I really actually enjoy that. And then those turn into like more ideas.
Interesting.
Yeah. And that song.
So how'd you come up with Honey Patches?
So Honey Patch, so some of these songs are, so that song actually came from, so me and some friends were getting together years back and we were drinking.
Shocker.
And we came up with this idea while we were drinking of like, shit, you know, we got to start writing jingles.
Yeah.
And then they were like, what are you talking about jingles? Let's write songs. I was like, no, we need like 40 seconds and jingles, like soap, tea, beverages. So that song, the music came from, we wanted to pitch this song to Irish Springs, the soap. So the melody, the music part of it is meant to envision like, you know, you're in the shower, you got your Irish Springs, it's fresh. And this when Daniel Street was closing, so all the lyrics come from the closing of Daniel Street. So it's like the when you listen to the lyrics, it's like, you know, common themes are like searching for a purpose. You know, it's like an isolation and a disconnection with like you know, like a hope and like a question of what like the future's gonna be.
Yeah.
And
that's pretty, you know, relevant to our times right now because a lot of people are uncertain of our future.
Right. So it's, and then so when the working title of this album like 3 weeks ago, because I was like, all right, I'm gonna come out with this album, and it was Patches, because I was taking songs from different time periods and I was like, oh, it's kind of like Patches. I don't know. It made sense to me. I was like, oh, Patches. Of course, in my head, I keep thinking about like someone's like family dog.
Now, if you've never heard Phil on this show in the past, me and Phil go way back, is especially during the Daniel Street days where, you know, Tuesday night we'd sit there and he'd be drinking and, you know, we'd probably end at 11 and then I'd have a beer with you and then like you had some bands like and ideas that were just like, to me at the time, hilarious. Like you had a band where you sang in like, you made up like an alien language.
I did?
Yes.
Like it was my band?
Yes.
I don't remember that.
You guys sang in like some like alien language. It was three of you. You were the drummer.
I was the drummer.
Yes. And the singer. And you guys were singing like shit. I didn't understand what it was. And then you came off stage. I'm like, oh, that was our...
Oh, I know what you're talking about. There's this band Puzzle People I used to play in, and I sang on that track, and I had an alien effect. The song was called Martian Love. I know exactly what you're talking about.
All right, maybe I'm a little confused. I don't know.
That's it.
Anyway, so, you know, you and I would shoot the shit every Tuesday night, Friday night, whatever. And I love you, but you got some fucking wacky ideas.
Definitely got weird ideas.
You know, most of them are very beneficial to Stonebridge now. I think you've not matured, but you've evolved as you've gotten older into some of your wacky ideas.
Well, I've learned to keep my mouth shut and go with the good stuff.
The best idea you ever had was literally, I think someone stole it from you, and you might know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, stuffed hot dog crust pizza.
Stuffed hot dog crust pizza. And I just like kind of laughed at you, and I'm like, whatever. And then like years later, I was like perusing down small baseball, like minor league ballparks and their food. And there it was. Somebody did it. I called you up and I'm like, Phil, your fucking idea.
It's Wrigley Field.
Yeah. No, this was minor leagues. Now it might be at Wrigley, but this was like some North Carolina with Bull Durham shit place.
It's hysterical.
But now it's the thing. And who doesn't love a pig in a blanket and put it on pizza? I mean, at the time I thought you were just being stoned.
No, I was ahead of my time.
Yeah, you certainly were.
I probably was. I was like, yeah, hot dogs, pizza.
Right? All right, let's get into the next song.
What's the next one?
We're going to do How You Were.
How You Were.
So we're going to start about 20 seconds in. and you just tell me when you want to cut it. But we're gonna start right out and get into the
Perfect.
the melody.
When I first started this song, the words came out all wrong. Now I'm back on the path. Let's not do this half-assed. You make me feel immature. You think you know, but I was unsure. It all just seems like a blur. You forget how you were.
All right, that seems a little personal. That song.
Yeah. So how you were? So the whole album is the lyrics are very personal.
Yeah.
How you were came from. Oh God, how you were it. How do you say it? You know, it's complex. It's like a growth and self-discovery tune I did, and when I wrote the lyrics, I didn't really know what I was doing at the time until, like I was saying, I listened to it the next day, or you're going to work and it's one of those songs, and I was like, man, like I was really opening up on this song, and you know, it kind of portrays like feelings of like uncertainty and the need for like clarity and like my journey that I was going on. You know, when I say like feel immature, like the contrast between feeling immature and like the longing to be understood.
Right.
So it adds like that kind of like depth to the expression that I was trying to portray on the tune, and like a self-reflection on like past mistakes and like commitment issues I was having, because I wrote that song kind of around the time that I was getting divorced, and you know, I was falling in love with someone else, but I was like very like self-reflective, and that's where I kind of like how you were and like where you're going, and just that kind of whole bag of tricks. But it was good because for me it was like a clarity moment to you know, when I write these tunes, you know, like I've done like some therapy and stuff, and it's good to go to therapy and get it out. But like with a musician, like, or like a poet, or like an actor, or an athlete,
Right. Yeah.
athlete,
Sure.
you know, you get out, you air your dirty laundry in the not the profession, the whatever you're doing, your hobby, or you know, and it's good. It's very I wouldn't say it's rewarding.
Therapeutic.
It's therapeutic.
Yeah.
It's like personal therapy, and that's important. Everyone needs their own personal medicine juice.
Right. Outlet or
Yeah.
something to figure out what's going on. You know, I talk about mental health a lot on this show, and you know, it's super important.
100%.
You know, it's very easy to push stuff off that has to deal with your mental health.
Oh, yeah.
And then it gets to a point where, like, all right, now you're really digging a hole, and it's not easy to get out of that hole. Where if you stay on top of it, and you know, music's a great outlet. Like my podcast is a great outlet for me.
Yeah, I love your podcast.
You know, it helps me. You know, I get to talk about whatever the fuck I want. And I don't get deep into my own fucking life or anything, but you know, but I do talk about my own anxiety issues.
You don't.
Yeah,
No, you know, Jerry.
you know, I work at Sikorsky now, and it's like, you know, no one knows I have anxiety there. You know, no one. I mean, a couple guys might listen to it, but you know, just starting that new job was, you got to meet 180 people over the span of, you know, I've been there 6 months now, and it's like there's still a lot for me to learn. You know, and when somebody asks me a question, you know, somebody will ask you a question, like, I don't know, you've pretty much been working at Stonebridge most of your life, but I'm sure you had some odd jobs earlier. But like, someone asks you a question that you immediately like know you don't know the answer, but you try to, you know, figure it out in your head, like, how should I answer this? Do I just come right out and say, I don't know?
Right.
Or do we be like, I think, you know, like there's certain ways to do it. Well, I've come to the conclusion, especially at this job, I'm just going to be flat honest. I don't know. Like,
yeah.
I mean, there's like, it's a good crew to work for because like there's no dumb questions there. Like, it's helicopter parts. You're not going to know everything. You know, it's going to take a long time.
Right.
You know, you know, my boss has been there 19 years, and you know, and there's still stuff he's finding out daily. You know, just there's just so much shit.
Oh yeah.
You know, from start to finish. You know, and but I'm getting there. You know, and my anxiety of starting it is subsided, and like I like going to work now. You know, not that I didn't, but now it's just more comfortable.
Well, that's good.
You know,
I'm so proud of you for doing that, man. It's it's a big step. You know, I was working with a dog for decades.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Really? I didn't even have chest hair. And now my chest hair is like, you know, there's some grays.
Yeah. I think that's the only part of my body that doesn't have gray is my chest hair. It's all on my beard. If I grow my hair out or whatever's left of it. So all right. Well, then let's jump right into the third tune.
And then just a shout out again with Honey Patches. This album, you know, it's available iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon.
So if you have Apple Music, you can just listen for free, right?
Yeah,
or for whatever the subscription.
Amazon.
I bought it. It's $5.99. It's a deal.
Yeah,
of a lifetime.
It's on YouTube. It's on all these different. There's.
Are you making any music videos for the tracks from Honey Patches?
Have you thought about it a little bit?
Yeah.
Actually, between you and me, which is crazy, and then we'll jump into this song.
You, me, and the fucking audience, but
Yeah, exactly. Because I pulled the trigger on this record, I, in my head, went back to like my safe of songs, and I'm like, holy shit.
Oh, you got a treasure trove?
I'm sitting on like...
You like the fucking Lost Beatles fucking...
Well, I'm sitting on easily 4 to 6 more albums already done.
Really?
And then I like pick up my guitar, and I'm like, oh man.
All solo?
All solo.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into this track.
All right, so this is for what you think?
The song's called What You Thinking About.
Oh, why does it say 4? Oh, that might have been the 4th track. All right. What You Thinking About?
Yeah.
What you talking about, Phil?
Play this one into the chorus. It was good.
Yeah.
It's just another normal day that I thought would be okay. But who's to blame? I guess it's me again. It's me again. And who decides what's right from wrong? 'Cause I listened to a song, then I thought of you, my friend, again. I'm free again, and I'm my own worst enemy. I don't need sympathy, but I'm sorry that I allowed myself to sing this song. And I was just about to text you too. I was feeling like a fool, but here we are again. Another day, another night. What you think about? 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 What you think about?
All right, very nice, Phil. Now the chorus there, is that your voice that you just dub over?
Yeah, I did a couple overdubs.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a big Fish fan.
No.
I know.
No.
I actually bought you a Fish present. But I love what they do lyrically. So when I do write, I like the idea of like the multiple vocal type thing.
Yeah.
And something, it just happens by accident. You know, I started doing that and then like doing like the wordplay in it. I was like, oh, this sounds good. And then, you know, so I do enjoy, I love that chorus.
Yeah.
That chorus is cool.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that one.
So what you think about is like, you know, it's kind of describing that song.
Are you reading notes of your song that you wrote?
No, I'm reading the lyrics of it.
Are you trying to tell me you didn't really write this song?
No. I did write the song. You know, it's like we were talking about, like emotional support. Like it's an emotional support song.
I mean, let's be honest. Most music is personal experiences, relationships, hard times. Like, I mean, it doesn't matter what genre you're talking about, except maybe fucking hip hop and
right,
whatever. Talk about other shit, but yeah, I mean, it's good. I mean, that's like we were just talking about. It's a good outlet for you to.
It is.
You know, like you said, you got like 6 to 8 albums worth. Like, is there any music like that you wrote back in the day that you're just like, you know what? I kind of want to bury that whole time of my life. I don't want to put it to an album.
No,
nothing.
I'm not that kind of person. No, like I mean, an analogy, like if you're on a beautiful white sandy beach, each of those grains of sand is a time period in your life, and if you can't be supportive of your goods and your bads in your life, you're never going to be standing on a beach.
No, but my I think more my point is, you know, just I know what you're saying. My point is more of, you know, just say it was your divorce, whatever. I know you get along with Jackie and everything's great.
Right.
But, like, just say it was just not a good, you know, it was just nasty. And it's a custody battle with the kids. And it's just turned out just way worse than you thought. And you wrote a song about it, you know. And you look back, you know, 15 years later and you're just like, I ain't going to sing this song. Anyway, I put this behind me. I buried this. I just don't need to, you know, rehash it at this point.
Maybe. I mean,
you know, that kind of. I'm not. No, if you don't, you don't. I'm just, that's.
I guess I just never really looked at it like that.
Yeah, you know.
Now I'm kind of like thinking. I'm like, oh, what songs don't I like that I've done? No, that's funny.
All right, so we're gonna jump off of music for a little bit. We'll return at the end for the "Party in the Bathtub" song and some more music talk. You know, some music that we grew up and liked. Let's do a little quick Stonebridge minute. We are literally what's today's date? We are less than a month away from the St. Patrick's Day parade in Milford. Right. Every year it's just like it just comes up. I'm like, holy shit! It's like 3 weeks away, and here we are. It's about 3.5 weeks away.
It is sneaking up on us. Parade day.
Yeah, it's literally. I tell everybody it's my favorite day of the year to work because it's like Oyster Fest. But my night kind of ends at 8 o'clock instead of 2 in the morning.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because we're outside, the sun goes down, it's still kind of cold. We kind of shut stuff down, and then I get to go out and have a nice little Irish carve-on.
Right.
You know, and enjoy my, you know, St. Patty's Day. So,
you know, so this year is going to be the first year in many, many years that they're taking the year off. They have some other gigs out on the West Coast. We are not going to be having the Rum Runners.
Really?
Yeah.
Who we got?
We're going to be doing the DJs.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to be a little different. And
well, they played inside anyway, so it doesn't really affect me.
Right. I mean, you're in a different.
Not that I'm being selfish, but like I never really experienced them on that day anyway.
And then Delicious Corned Beef Rubens. I love it. They kick off of the season.
We're talking about another band. We got Delicious Corned Beef Rubens playing.
Those Rubens are
on the side stage.
I literally wait all year for that Reuben.
I only eat Rubens once a year or one time of the year, and Stonebridge's their twist on it is Green Goddess coleslaw instead of sauerkraut, and I'm telling you,
it's good.
It is fucking unbelievable.
I think there's a name for that sandwich. It's not a Reuben. It's like a Rachel or something.
Well, Rachel's turkey, I think.
But what is it when a Reuben's at the coleslaw? It's called something. Something.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I think a Rachel's like turkey.
Yeah,
Same way,
with
but
the French
just turkey
toast or
instead
whatever.
of. No, it's just.
Or that's a Monte Cristo.
Monte Cristo's the French toast, yeah. Bennigan's used to make a banging Monte Cristo.
Bennigan's was fun.
That
No one
just
said
sits there.
they sit there. That building.
That
It's just
building.
like when Bennigan's left,
Just
it was
fucking-
just done.
Why don't you just tear it down and build a fucking another hotel or
I think
something?
just reopen Bennigan's.
Dude,
Like,
you know, I read an article
Would
that
crush it.
a little while back, a couple years ago, that they were opening Bennigan's up again. Somebody had bought the rights to the name or something, and not to make it a chain again, but to like just pop a couple here and there.
Yeah.
Bennigan's was great.
That and Knickerbockers.
Well, that'll never come back.
I just like those were two great places.
Knickerbocker. So if anyone knows the Milford Post Mall, it was, I mean, anyone my age and Phil's age remembers Knickerbockers, but great bar. We knew all the owners. It was like the most local bar you could ever get out of a mall bar. You know, you knew everybody in there.
Oh, it's great.
And Christmas time was the best. You'd go there, you'd fucking get bombed, and like the sun's still out. It's like 2 p.m, and then you'd go Christmas shopping all drunk.
That was great.
Oh my god! Some of the dumbest shit I bought for people back in the day. All my girlfriends back in this, like what the fuck did you get this? I'm like,
Knickerbockers Christmas.
yeah. I'm like,
That's so funny.
Yeah, just walking around the mall. I would buy everything from like the kiosks, you know, like in the middle of the fucking halls. I'm like, oh, that's great, you know, like a stupid little fucking T-shirt or something.
That's
I don't
gold.
know. But so what's new and exciting this summer in Stonebridge? What do we got? The Nashville Nights returning. We got
Yeah, we'll be doing the Havana Nights, the
Havana
Nashville
Nights,
Nights, the
yep.
dueling pianos, bands on some of the Saturdays. We were going to redo the whole tent out there. We paused it till maybe the fall. We're going to be redoing the whole tent eventually. If it's this year or next year, ripping it down, building it up, getting it to like 10 months a year.
Yeah.
We've honestly gone through 6 different ideas and projects. I mean, like architectural drawings that you're spending thousands of dollars on, and it's like, oh no, this isn't right. It's just not perfect. And you like it's so weird. You want to pull the trigger on something, but you're like, then there's that one question. You're like, wait a minute, what about this? And you're like, shit. It just pauses everything.
right.
But
It's a big undertaking.
it is. So we're getting excited for that. My vote for it. We're trying to take the Mojito Bar and where the pizza kitchen is, and flatten the roof of the pizza kitchen, and building a rooftop bar or space up above the Mojito and the pizza kitchen,
Right.
for like 50 people,
Yeah,
which would be awesome.
that would be awesome.
But it's all on the drawing board.
Make sure those railings are high.
Tommy is coming back this summer.
I was gonna ask.
So
He
that's-
stole my thunder.
That's the exciting part for me this summer.
TC, for all the ladies that listen to this show,
the
Tommy
girls
Conine
love
is coming
Tommy.
back.
He's coming back.
I knew it. I called it last year.
He's
I
been
said,
gone a year and a half, and he's
Yep.
returning.
Yep.
The kids love him.
Yeah.
He's like a jester out there. It's awesome.
Yep.
And because he came from like the bartending, and I mean now it's a little twice removed with some of the newer generation coming in, but he just identifies with that whole 21 to 28 bar goer.
Yeah. Somehow.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
because he doesn't drink. It's
he's
so
a
weird.
non-drinker.
It's awesome.
Pale white skin.
I'm so excited he's
foofy
coming
hair.
back. I love working with my cousin.
I told him too. He called me a month ago and told me he was coming back. We had a nice conversation, and I said, if you're coming back, I'm coming back. I mean, I was coming back anyway, but you know what I mean? Like, if you're there, I'm definitely there. But then he said, well, I'm not going to necessarily be there till close every night. I go, I get it, Tommy. You don't have to be, but you will end up being, because
I know.
in the summertime you will.
Of course he's going to be.
You want to be. You got to be. You're
know.
a rock.
He's too systematic.
He really is.
You just made me think about it. You know what we have booked this summer? First time we've ever done on the patio is an amazing Tom Petty tribute.
Really? What are they called?
They're called Petty Larceny.
Okay.
They're from outside like Worcester.
Oh, no shit.
Honestly, Jerry, good. And I know there's a lot of Tom Petty fans out there.
Sure.
It's going to be a magical 3 hours.
Oh, wow.
They are fantastic.
Now they're going to be playing on the patio
Yeah.
outside.
Exactly.
On the patio.
Exactly.
I have a special douche of the week that we'll get to at the end of the show as well. So if you're paying attention to what I'm dropping right now, you'll understand why. What else? Are you doing the Bar Olympics or the...
People ask me about the Bar Olympics. I'm just trying to, we're coming up with some of these ideas. I always think of the movie Semi-Pro with Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Where he's like coming up with all the ideas to try to promote the basketball arena. He's like, sir, that cannon doesn't even fire. He's like, we are going to fire out of that cannon, and there's going to be a trophy and all that stuff. Sorry. So there'll be some cool stuff going on.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, we good there.
I have some gifts for you.
Well, you sure?
So
Now, well, first of all, before I see what you have in your hand, so explain to the audience your pin business fetish related to Fish, the bands.
So I collect hat pins. Before Fish, I collect hat pins.
Right.
I was
Disney.
Disney, Coca-Cola,
Yeah.
Olympics, NASCAR, everything. Much like honey patches, like patches. When I go places, I see a pin. I get it. It's a way for me to, like the grains of sand on the beach say.
Right.
It's a way for me to do my thing. Some people do magnets. I also do magnets. Some people do stickers. Some people do golf balls.
I do golf balls, yeah.
Some people do tattoos. I don't have any, etc. So I started making pins, and I brought you some pins here.
What do we got? well, first of all, are you up?
Where is it?
There's a Pink Panther one behind me. It might have fallen down. Yeah.
Oh, nice. The first
There we
pin I
go.
ever made.
Yeah.
Trey Pink Panther.
Hold on, let me get it on camera.
Nice.
Down, a little Pink Panther.
So
You can show right to this one, Phil.
yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a cereal pin. I started making cereal pins for the band Fish.
Yeah.
Not for them.
Right.
For like the fans.
Yeah.
And they took off crazy. But I brought Jera Conine, which is one of their songs, Cereal Pin, Glows in the Dark.
So all these awesome.
It's off,
so all
based off
these
of
cereal
Cheerios.
pins are all playing off their song titles.
Exactly.
Right?
So in the lyrics...
Is that something you created?
What do you mean?
Like that idea? The cereal boxes?
Yes.
Right. That's not a Fish thing. That's
no one ever did.
thing.
No one ever did cereal boxes.
Right.
So the artists that do the pins, they don't. You can't overlap on someone's territory.
Right.
So I was like, oh, no one's ever done cereal. This is amazing.
Nice.
And then what I did is I made these Milford, Connecticut pins.
Oh.
I brought you 2 just in case
Yeah.
you ever wanted to give someone one.
Yeah.
So these are cool. It's got the shape of Milford on his tummy. It's the goose that always blocks the road. And I got Mr. Mac there with the number 1 with the foam mitt.
Oh yeah.
Like a Mr. Mac shout out.
Yeah, Mr. Mac.
So when I was designing that pin, I was like, I gotta get Mr. Mac involved in this pin.
Wait, where's
somehow.
Milford in here?
In the belly.
Oh, that's the outline of our town? Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't even realize that. Like that was the outline of it.
Well, I stare at Milford a lot, from afar on satellite
Yeah.
for some reason.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Thanks, buddy.
Oh, and then I got one more thing.
Did
for
you give one to Mr. Mac yet?
I don't know if I gave one to Mac.
Yeah, stop in there and get a cheeseburger.
Well, I was trying to get him to do a Mr. Mac's pin, like pulling teeth.
What about me and my day drinking with dog pin?
We got to get you a day drinking with dog
years.
pin. I know we do got to get that'd be easy. But with Mac too, he's just grinding his teeth at me. Or SBC having some cocktails. I'm like, get a Mac's pin.
Right.
But I get it though. Mac doesn't want to sell like a. I was like, well, just freaking hand them out then.
Right. It's free promotion.
Hand out some sausage, egg, and cheese toppers.
Right? Oh.
This is all right. So this is a sticker. I love this one for you because I know you love stickers.
Yes.
It's a fish logo.
Yep.
But it has to do with Syracuse, New York, because they played Syracuse.
Yep.
So it's a Cuse.
Oh.
But can you see what's different about this sticker?
So there's an orange, right?
Well, no, about the traffic light.
What is that?
So the only place in the world, I believe, in Syracuse, New York, the traffic light legally was changed to have the green on the top.
Oh, so I'm looking at the circles in the middle.
So if you're driving in Syracuse, New York, there is a traffic light in town where the green is on the top.
So it's like the last one standing?
Well, no, because traffic light is always green on the bottom.
No, I'm saying is like this is the last of the green on top.
It's the only.
Yeah.
So what happened is there's a big Irish community in Syracuse. They don't like the British. So in the community, the green, Irish green, being below the British red, they kept smashing out the traffic light because they're so pro-Irish.
We thought people were petty nowadays.
Listen. The town finally ruled that they would switch the damn light to have the green on top
Oh my God.
for the Irish.
What year was that?
It's like the 1920s. Isn't that amazing?
They had stoplights back then?
Yeah, they had everything in the 20s.
They had stoplights for cars?
Oh, all the political drama, everything.
They had stoplights. They had cars?
Take your body right now, minus Facebook and cell phones, you're in the 20s.
No, I'm saying they had cars on the roads in the 20s with stoplights?
Of course, yeah, well dressed. Everyone was much more well dressed in the 20s.
See, I think history is not teaching correctly what really happened.
No, the 20s were very big. I mean, it was
roaring
coming out
20s,
of,
right?
Well, you're coming out of World War I.
When was the Ford Model T?
1905.
Was
Maybe
it- that was-
06.
All right, maybe my timeline's off a little bit.
Possibly. So the roaring 20s, inflation, all that, or the high, like the economy,
yeah.
post World War I.
And then
Right-
obviously
right till
29 was the
29,
crash.
the crash.
Yeah,
And but that's a different podcast.
yeah. Absolutely.
American history podcast there.
Well, hey, this is a perfect segue. So you're talking about Great Britain and Ireland, right? The Irish and the English. Well, tonight,
Yes.
we have Team USA versus Team Canada in what might be, unfortunately, I'll probably fall asleep before it ends, but what might be one of the biggest hockey games. So the USA Canada game the other night, was it Saturday night?
One of those nights.
Yeah, it was Saturday night, I believe. It was Saturday night. I was home. I was watching on my couch. I was drinking. I was fucking standing up when they scored. I was texting everybody when the game started, and we got booed at the national anthem.
Yep.
Because Canada's filled of fucking liberals, and they hate Trump, so they're booing us. And out comes the puck drop, and boom, they just start fucking beating the shit out of them. 3 fights broke out in 8 seconds.
Yep.
And then they win the game like 3-1 or something like that.
Right.
Well, that garnered. And now, Saturday night is not typically a great ratings night for no matter what's playing on TV.
Right.
It's just people are out. They're out in the town. That garnered like 4.1 million views.
Oh, did it?
Which was more than any of the Stanley Cup Finals games last year.
No, 4.1 total in the whole country?
Total. They don't get that. It's a niche sport still.
Hockey?
Yes.
Okay.
We're hockey fans, so we don't we watch. I watch Bruins all the time. They suck this year, but whatever. Obviously, like Campy and those guys are all big Rangers fans, and we watch, but at the end of the day,
they're Rangers fans, all right.
Nationally, it just hasn't, I honestly, I think the way the NBA is going, though, I think it could fucking leapfrog it in the next 5 years. But we'll see. But anyway, so tonight, I don't know what the ratings are going to be. A Thursday night, that's a great night to have the game. It's in Boston. I tried to go. It was like $800 to get in. Viva didn't have any seats.
Boston?
It's at the TD Garden, yeah.
Oh, man, that's going to be rager.
Oh, it's going to be fucking... what an atmosphere it's going to be.
If Canada wins, too, they're going to need to do a tiebreaker.
No, it's if they win, they win. That's
It's a championship, right?
Yeah, it's a championship. But
could we quickly just move to football for 1 second with that? So I realized... So the Super Bowl happened... Obviously, I was hip surgery, but made it done. Celebrated with 6 children, which is awesome. Actually, shout out to Mylan, my stepson. He was awesome. This kid, first of all, diehard Eagles fans. All my kids, huge Eagles fans.
What? Where'd you go wrong there? Well, you know what? You're a Jets fan, so you're better off having them like a different team.
I'm sitting down to the game. It's very pro Eagles. Obviously, the Chiefs didn't.
Game sucked.
I don't even know what happened with the Chiefs that game.
Game sucked.
But Mylan was adorable. He wanted to get the food going, the drinks. He set up like a whole party spread. I was like, oh, this is awesome. Cans of soda. He had wings set up. He had gotten some quesadillas. This kid's 10 years old. He was like Betty Crocker out there. It was awesome.
Yeah.
That was great.
Oh, man.
But what I was getting at is in 2 years, I just learned this. I was up checking out Haven for the first time after a doctor's appointment. And I was talking with the bartender. Shout out to Fernando from Haven.
What's Haven?
Haven's the bar up across from Eli's in Hamden that
Kevin runs.
Dockside opened up.
Yep.
Awesome, great burger. Great little setup up there. I loved it. And I sat by myself at the bar. Talked to Fernando. He was like, 2 years from now, Super Bowl's on Valentine's Day.
Oh.
I'm like, holy shit.
Wow.
It's going to be a weird day.
So, I've been obviously in the bar business my whole fucking life. And I used to listen to people bitch that, they need to make the game on a Saturday because Mondays, we got to go to work. I'm like, I never work fucking Mondays.
Right.
So I'm like, fuck, no way. Fuck you. Well, this year I'm like, as I'm drinking my 2 beers that I had because I had to get up at fucking 4:30 in the morning on Monday. I'm like, you know what? These guys are on to something. They're on to something. I think we should just have it on Saturday. But I think going forward, I will tell my bosses, listen, there's literally like 4 or 5 days. So just to give you, this is actually work talk. I'll make it short and sweet. But I'm like accruing all my PTO to take a few Mondays off in the summer, so I can work the good the Sundays,
the good shifts,
not that I'm cherry picking, but I think I've earned that right over 25 years.
Cherry pick away. It's funny.
And I think I still qualify as a top 10 bartender in the state, without a doubt.
Yeah, Jared's good. One of the best. You heard in Super Bowl they're talking about doing one of them internationally.
I think it's the dumbest thing. Well, I mean, it is. Well, maybe it's not so dumb because it's a TV event. It really is. If you're not at the game, you're in front of a TV watching it. And the gambling is never going to be. The gambling is always going to be there for it.
What are your top 3 areas outside of America? They can be clumped together that watch NFL.
I think Germany might be number 2.
So Europe or just Germany?
Germany.
Okay, they
I
love-
think they're really big football fans over there. There's been a few German players that have come through the NFL. One used to play for the Patriots. A lineman, I forget his name.
Really?
I would think London would be, next because they just had so many games there that just by pure attrition of NFL playing there, they probably developed a lot of fans. So not surprisingly, the Patriots are very popular over there because when they started going overseas was when, Brady was at his height and they were winning Super Bowls. And, it's like why there's so many Cowboys fans. Like, everyone our age that's a Cowboys fan is a Cowboys fan because the Giants, the Jets, and the Patriots all sucked back then, and the Cowboys were on every week. And they were America's team, so that's why there's a lot of Cowboys fans.
Right.
So over there, other than that, outside of Europe,
Caribbean's really into it.
yeah. But where are they going to play down there?
No, not playing. Just
who
watches
fandom.
it.
Fandom.
Yeah. Do you think Japan watches it a lot?
They're pretty big into
I
baseball.
know you love their baseball.
Yeah, I don't know about football as much.
Do you think that the NFL should will have in the next 10 years a couple international teams?
I think the first logical one would be to not expand, but to relocate the Jaguars to London.
The Jaguars.
Yeah. Listen, I used to live there. It's not a good city for football. They tried having the Super Bowl there once. It's in Florida. It was a fucking disaster. I was down there for it. They don't have enough hotel space. It just, they have to literally float cruise ships into Jacksonville, and those were floating hotels.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, not really, because those rooms suck. If you're on a cruise, it's one thing. If you're just there to sleep, they're fucking tight.
Yeah.
And you got to fucking whatever. So that was kind of a disaster. I think if they expand, I think they'll do it in a 2-team format. They'll put one team in London and one team in Germany at some like Hamburg or something. That would be my guess. It's going to happen. I don't know if they put a team in Canada. Unless they become our 51st state, then.
Which I have a problem with, first of all.
What's that? The 51st state?
I love Canada. I travel to Canada. I love the Canadians. I talk to the Canadians. I live by them. If it was going to be the 51st state, it would be like the 51st through the 57th. It's too big. You'd have. They're not doing it. It just.
It's fine. Like we
it's
can actually
kind of
do
an obnoxious comment.
Let's be honest. Trump's obnoxious.
He's very obnoxious.
I would be the first to admit that. How many electoral votes would they have?
Because they have different provinces. So I broke into.
No, I'm saying if it was one state and the election's in 3 years,
36 million. So you'd have to base it off the population.
Right.
You'd be dealing with. It'd be a contender like.
Would it be more than California?
It might be because with the population of California is probably in and around there.
Right.
It'd be a contender.
Yeah.
It'd be a whole separate set of things. It's not happening.
Well, this is where Trump would probably fail this experiment because he would lose Canada. There's no way.
Would absolutely lose Canada.
Yeah.
So,
they're actually coming around. They don't really like Trudeau. I don't know. It's weird.
Canadians hate Trudeau.
Yeah, I know.
All the Canadians I've talked to.
Yeah.
And he knows that.
I was up in Banff back in 2016. No, wait. 2016. And Trump was running for his first term. And I was in Banff. I went to their steakhouse called The Keg. You ever been to one of those? They're all over Canada. They're like the Ruth Chris of Canada. So went there. I was by myself. So I went there, sat at the bar, ordered dinner, and there's 4 old guys sitting next to me. And the news came on, and it was a picture of Trump, and these motherfuckers, fuck this guy. There's no way he's fucking winning.
Right back.
And back then, and I tell the story, I wasn't a huge Trump guy back then. I just did not want Hillary to win. So I'm like, maybe, if Trump gets in, he'll shake up, he'll rattle the fucking cage a little bit. Obviously.
Yeah, I was surprised when he won that election.
Yeah, God.
I was sitting at Die Bar when they announced whatever state. Yeah, I didn't see that one coming.
It was fucking crazy. And they didn't like him. So I got a little conversation with the guys. I'm like, what don't you like about him? And they don't really had an answer.
Right.
They didn't like his show. He wasn't now I get now they have reasons not to like him.
Of course.
Some of them are valid, some of them aren't. But but back then, it's just you just didn't like him as a person. Would be the he's a little bravado and whatever, but I don't know. Like, it's just like today, like Kash Patel got.
Oh, I saw that. The FBI.
Yeah. So this is like one thing that really bothers me, and about liberal media, is they can't just say
all media.
Yeah. Well,
So I mean,
true. I'll give you that. But this is from the AP.
okay.
Okay. This is talking about Kash getting confirmed. This is
Right.
the headline.
Headline. Go for it.
Trump loyalist Kash Patel is confirmed as FBI director by the Senate despite deep Democratic doubts.
Well,
Like, just fucking say he's confirmed.
No,
In the bottom part, you can write whatever the fuck you want. But Trump loyalist? That's like, they never... If
Yeah,
Biden, they're all loyalists.
I know that would have been the headline on anybody, though. You know, you got to think.
No. Yeah. But is it the headline when Biden wins?
Yeah.
And then he's appointing his people? They're not saying Biden loyalist. There's no fucking way they're saying that.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, they glorify it.
I don't want to get in a political debate with
Yeah,
you.
no,
I'm just saying,
yeah,
like,
good.
that shit just pisses me off. It's just like, report what's reportable. Like, you don't have to embellish the shit to make it fit your narrative, to piss off all the Democrats. You're like, yeah, that's right, the fucking loyalists. Oh, they're going to burn the FBI down. Blah, blah, blah.
You know,
Just be like,
the one good thing I'll say, and I don't really follow it that much, and I'm a lover, not a fighter.
we know this.
I've never seen more people care about politics in general, whether you're a Democrat, you're a Republican, you're
Right.
an Eskimo, you're a Smurf, whatever. Ever. Over the past 10 years, as I've seen now, which is good, because now the next step is you need to get some of these people to really care, run for alderman, run for mayor, get in there, make the change, get your voice heard. You need some good statesmen out there. You know what we're lacking is good statesmen, some proper people. I was actually just looking up statesmen, and I was thinking about Milford, just some go-getter people that are just very pro the idea that there is a system politically, whether or not you believe this or believe that. The differences we have to put aside is the whole fighting stuff. Mm-hmm. You gotta, you know what I mean? You can't talk to someone when you're yelling at them. Once you can sit down and have a conversation, they'll have huge gains.
Do you know this, like, Ward Willis guy, or what his name is in Milford? The Democrat?
You talking about the guy at the meeting?
Yeah.
The one that went crazy at the meeting?
Yeah.
So I'm going to the next meeting.
Are
if
you?
If you want to go.
Can I go with you?
Yeah. It's
Yes,
the first,
I'm in.
First Monday of every month.
Oh, I'm there.
He got a little loud.
Yeah, he's trying to make Milford a sanctuary city or something, and like the fucking whole thing went off the rails.
You know, it got
And
a
then
little
people
overzealous.
People were like pulling up his old fucking Facebook posts and comments and shit.
Right.
I'm like, how is this? Like, I hope. Listen, I don't know the guy. I don't know if he's just grandstanding because he's on TV and he's just grandstanding for the Democrats. Whatever. That could be a great guy.
No, he was generally just upset, I think.
But
there's a way to go about it. They're
Right.
like, you know, if you watch the thing, they're like, add it to the record. This isn't on the agenda. Can we
Right.
move to add it to the
Right.
record? There's a process.
right,
There's a
and he
process.
should know that.
And that's what a lot of people are hating about, not to be political about it. And I honestly, I consider myself a moderate. I really go to each side.
Yeah,
And with the Trump stuff,
I have liberal
with the Trump stuff
beliefs.
he's not being respectful to the proper channels. You know, he could do a lot of this stuff, but there is the process. You can't just, you know, and that's the one thing
I
that
agree to an extent.
Yeah,
like I think the whole Doge thing is.
I like that personally.
I love it. I think the problem that the Democrats have is a fair issue. So this is where I think they're right, and this is where I think they're wrong. I think they're right in saying, listen, there is a way to get Congress, and you point out these overspenditures. You point out where there's wasteful spending,
Right.
And let's bring it to Congress and vote on it.
That's what Congress
Right?
is so upset
That
about.
makes sense.
Exactly. That's the way it's supposed to be.
Right. However, we've had years and years and years to get this done. Congress has proven both sides of the wall can't get the shit done.
Time to rattle. a
We
few
own
cages.
fucking Well, I say we. The Republicans own Congress and the Senate and the fucking Supreme Court and the presidency. So, I mean, I don't know how all these go. It's not like it might have to be a majority of vote, but
It does.
just fucking do it because it's gonna happen. And we're just wasting time.
I know.
And I think that's why Trump is kind of doing this because he doesn't have much time. He's not going to get a third term. Everyone fucking chill.
Well, it's only been like 4 weeks.
I know. But he's done literally. I'm not saying whether you're a Democrat or Republican, he's literally done more in 4 weeks than Biden did in 4 years, and that's a fact. The guy doesn't stop. He doesn't sleep. He fucking doesn't booze. He's fucking there. He's 79 years old, and he is fucking, and then everyone's like, oh well, he played golf, and that they come up with these like arbitrary numbers. Like, do you know that when he goes golf and his staff has to stay at a Trump resort and it costs fucking $2.7 million? Blah, blah, blah. Like, where are you coming up with this shit?
Right.
He's comping the rooms for these people. He owns the fucking hotel.
My big thing.
I mean, maybe he's fishing money out of it. I don't fucking know. But it's just like, come on.
I know. My big thing with, I guess in closing with it is.
Oh, you're shutting down my political talk.
No, I'm not. I'm very systematic about certain things like that. So all I would say is that if the Doge, say, is eliminating Exhibit 1 of X amount of dollars, and you got a full range look at that. Like, yes, it is good that we're saving on spending. Like, I don't think that we should. I'm very pro-America right now. I understand that we're very successful. We have one of the biggest economies in the world. And yes, can we afford to send billions of dollars to such and so Exhibit B country because they need our help? That's our moral and ethical responsibility. I understand that. I am very pro-America right now where we have problems in our own backyard. So let's deal with those first before we deal with other people's problems. However, if you're going to cut certain funding, you got to look at the whole system. Things that might be cut because you're trying to save $1. Like if like a soup kitchen's closing or something. You got to so there's some Republican leaders that are like looking for answers from the president from some of the cuts in his own party because the guidance. He just needs proper guidance. Like if you want to get it done, but get it done full circle. They're not getting, and I think he's got some people flip-flopping, and that's not good. If Democrats or the Republicans, I would say to either of them. If you're a Democrat, you need to be fully, and they're a little disbanded, together full circle with one another. No questions about it. I don't want, if I'm a Democratic governor of, California, Newsom, I want to have all the answers. I don't want to look like an idiot. I want to be on a pedestal. I want to walk into a room and people are carrying me on a chair. Give me the resources and the chair so I can look like the hero. On the Republican side, same thing. You don't want to remove the chair. Let's be awesome and go through the proper channels. It's a little disbanded. It's always been like that.
Well, yeah.
It's always been like that.
Well, now it's worse.
If you look at presidency through hundreds of years, it's been like that.
Yeah.
But everyone's getting uptight. It's sad.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown. I mean, it doesn't matter who's in office. There's going to be your detractors. I mean, look at our mayor. He's getting crushed online right now for taxes, and like we were talking before the show, like I don't even know what taxes they're talking about.
I don't either.
Are they property taxes? I mean, our town can't go up in sales tax. It can't go up in state taxes.
I know
so it's got to be property tax. So I don't know because I can't go year to year because I just bought my house. So. But that seems to be, maybe it's true. I don't know. I did not do my research on this.
So I pay taxes. I own a home in Milford. The taxes did go up, but the assessment factor went up. I don't know the fine print about it. I love Tony. Tony's the man. Love Tony. Also really love Richard Smith.
Yeah.
It's actually a tough one for me.
Yeah.
And the Democrats finally got Richard. We just had a little get-together for him. We had get-togethers for Tony.
Why didn't he run last year?
Dude, how about this for an idea? And I'm gonna shake.
No, hold on. Why didn't he run?
He didn't want to do it.
And now, just 2 years later?
I guess so.
I'm just curious because he was interim mayor, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When Ben
stepped down,
exactly.
And then he just said, and then what's her name ran? But yeah. Anyway,
who's awesome? Love her. But I just honestly, you know what? I want a world where you have Tony and you have Richard up there.
Right.
Fuck it. Put them both in there. Everyone's happy.
Co-MVPs.
Exactly.
Like Tony was getting all this shit because he was like pulling a Trump during the storm. Did you see that?
Yeah.
When he was like driving the plow truck.
Of course.
And like it bent so many people out of fucking shape. It's
Did
like,
it?
Yeah. People are like, what, are we really that short on the fucking staff for the plowing? We need the mayor to do that? Like, where's our budget at? Like, it's like, dude, it's a photo op. It's fucking trying to get the community to come together. Like, Like, I thought it was awesome. You know, it's Trump driving the garbage truck. It's, you know, him working at McDonald's.
I thought it was cool.
I thought it was great. You know, it's like Tony's such a fun-loving guy. It's like, oh, there he is, you know?
I love that. It made me happy.
Yeah, he keeps blowing me off in this podcast, though. Tony, if you're listening, come on.
Little podcast for Tony.
So I text him like,
You know what you got to do is you got to get Richard Smith and Tony G on a podcast together.
Well, no, if it comes down to that's what's coming up, I'm going to do a debate.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Milford mayoral debate.
Yeah.
With
and I'll be completely down the middle. I mean, it's not like fucking Trump versus Biden. It's small town politics.
Yeah, but it could be.
But they're both on, you know, different sides.
Are you gonna be able to mute the mics?
No,
Jared.
I mean, I could.
That's good. You know, I love them both. I'm very conflicted with it.
I don't know Richard I don't really know him at all, to be honest with you.
It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into some party in the bathtub and wrap this puppy up.
Oh, well, I gotta do my douche of the week, and then we'll do that.
Okay.
I'm sorry, you running the show, Phil?
No.
Do you have somewhere to be?
I gotta cook dinner.
Oh, I can see you're checking your watch that you don't wear. All right, so this is an unnamed douche of the week. I think local people will know who I'm talking about. So we were talking a little bit earlier about the bands on the patio. There's a certain business owner in town that is fought tooth and nail to basically shut us down. Stonebridge has been, I don't want to toot our own horns, but, you know, Phil was born into the restaurant. I've been there half my life. And there's one thing I could say for sure. If a place like Stonebridge didn't exist, there would be a lot of businesses in town that would not be where they are today. And that's just a fact. And for this person to now there's been an ongoing feud for quite a while.
Yeah.
I thought it de-escalated for a while too.
Yeah, years, decades.
Yeah, and now apparently it's back, and he's all gung-ho, or she, not sure who, shutting down our outside patio music. And we really only do it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and it's over at 8 o'clock on Sundays.
It's honestly like 20 times a year.
Yeah. It really is.
It's limited.
Yeah. And, you know, we do it, you know, DJs, but we keep it down. Literally our schedule would be Friday, a little solo acoustic guy till like 8:39.
Right.
Which doesn't harm a soul. Saturday, no, you do maybe once or twice a month a Saturday band, but they stop at 8, 9 o'clock.
Yeah, no longer than 8:30.
Right, and same thing on Sunday. Like Sundays we consistently have bands, but the same thing. It's over. It's not a noise ordinance to the town because we shut it down. And by the way, there is no noise ordinance in town.
Well, what it is a zoning issue.
Right.
And, you know, the good folks down there at Planning and Zoning have allowed us to have a little hearing on it and maybe adjust some things, given that what we're suggesting is in line with their agendas.
Yeah.
Or agenda might be a bad word. Their
concerns,
view on their obligations to that specific area's zoning code.
Yeah.
And they have some good people up there on the board, and they're going to put it to a vote, and we'll see what we can gain with that.
Yeah.
You know what it is it's old language that needs to be sharp. Like, you remember when you were in school, you grew up in Massachusetts?
Yeah.
So you took you're like a little dog in 4th grade. You're trying to figure.
I lived 4th grade. I was in Belchertown, Massachusetts.
So you got first of all, has anyone ever heard of a number 1 pencil?
No, it was always number 2.
Always number 2.
Number 1 was lead, right?
It's like, make sure you have the number 2. It's like, that's all we have.
That's the unleaded.
And
Graphite.
You're going to fill in the little bubble test, and you need to sharpen your pencil. It's old. What it is with the new times.
It's like blue laws.
It's not. No, I wouldn't say it's that old.
No. But I'm saying, but it's a little archaic.
I think that what we need to just simply do is look at it and look at the times and look where we're heading, and maybe just sharpen a couple pencils in regards to how sharp do you need it, and let's maybe pump the brakes a little bit. And just make sure.
Is there a way to meet in the middle with this gentleman?
Meet in the middle, exactly.
Or female?
Like, I think what we'll overcome from this is a perfect example of coming together and getting it done for everybody.
Now, I drove by today and I saw some new signs this individual put up at his windows.
Right.
Listen, I know where your heart lies, obviously. Let's not be stupid. I know where mine lies. Do you think these help or hurt him?
You know what?
I think it comes me personally, and I can say this because I don't have ownership in Stonebridge,
Right.
So I can say whatever the fuck I want. I think it comes off as condescending, arrogant, like just not understanding why this guy is as successful as he is, and he's a successful guy.
Yeah, I actually.
And he doesn't owe you guys anything for it. I'm just saying, like, be part of the community and not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know, it's tough because I personally like the person that we're talking about, and obviously it's not reciprocated, but maybe we could.
Maybe I could sit you two in here.
Yeah. You know, it'll end up good. I have faith. And you know what, with the signs, you know, I live in the best country in the world as far as I'm concerned. Some people are talking like politically, like, "Oh, I'm going to move." It's like, move. Like,
Yeah, get the fuck out of
I'm
here.
raising my family here.
Right.
I love our national
I ain't
anthem.
leaving Milford.
I love our country. I love being safe. I love our police. I love our fire. I love our responders. I love our military. Do we have our problems? Hey, I got problems. If we don't have our problems, we're not moving forward. Like you had said in the beginning of, what did you say in the beginning of the show?
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. If you don't have your problems, you're not moving forward.
Yeah. That's not what I said, but yeah.
You can count your successes by your losses.
Still not what I said, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So before we listen to the song and we close the show, I don't remember how long ago I said this, but
This will be one hell of an end.
it was about what we've just been talking about, and I made a comment. It was off the cuff. It just popped in my head. You know how many golf tournaments I play a year?
17.
Right, at least, right?
Maybe.
You know how many fundraisers I attend?
20.
Right. At every single one of these things I go to, there's always donated gift cards from every fucking restaurant in downtown Milford and abroad, reaching out to, Hassenmeyer,
Except
Orange
that
Ale
one?
House, except that one.
Wow.
I've never
never thought of that.
I've never seen one.
Yeah.
Anywhere. And if I do this summer, I will call myself out on the show and I will buy that fucking card
Wow.
to prove that he fucking donated one. Because it's the easiest thing to write out a $50, $25 gift card. Mr. Max does it. Orange Ale House, My Bar, Archie's, us. You know the Citrus. You know the guys.
Everybody. We're
the
all big
players.
community.
We're
a
all
big
together.
We're a big family downtown.
We hated seeing Eli's close.
Hated it.
That was awful. Not only are people losing jobs, but I don't see any of those people anymore.
Well, you know what sucks?
They're friends.
You know what sucks for me is I got the 4 kids.
Yeah.
When I drive by that building, you know what they ask me?
What?
Why do those people hate us so much?
That's what they say.
Of course, they read it. Their kids at school talk to them about it. It's
You're talking about
like children. The signs.
the signs. Oh, I'm sorry. I was talking about Eli's. I thought you meant driving by Eli's.
It's messed up. But
Yeah.
I do appreciate the right to be able to hang that sign.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's,
Like, part of me actually
you
li-
own the building. You do whatever you want.
Part of me actually likes it.
You should make pins of that.
I should. I thought
Holy
about that.
shit, that'd be awesome.
That would be cool.
All right,
Anyway, let's get
Phil. Thanks so much for
Thank
coming
you,
back
Jared.
on the show. Always a pleasure. Can't wait to get back to Stonebridge in a few weeks. Get my bartender juices flowing again.
Let's go.
Cherry pick all the good shifts this summer. And so we're gonna finish. So you're gonna listen to the song, obviously, but you gotta go check it out on YouTube. Party in the Bathtub. It's hilarious. Just go in with just a whimsical, mentality, because that's, if you don't know Phil, like, I know you, so I kind of get it. Like, I get
Right.
the artistic side of it, because
Yeah.
I just know how you are.
I guess it could come off as a little weird.
Right. It could come off as a little weird, but it's funny. So we're just gonna finish it on the song. And Phil, thanks again.
Thank you, Doc.
I'm off next week. I'll be in Florida, and when I come back, an old high school buddy I reunited with via Facebook is a big fan of the Red Sox down in Tennessee. I think he lives there, somewhere in Tennessee. He lives. And we're going to talk Red Sox and baseball and growing up in Madison, Connecticut, all sorts of dumb shit. So here it is, Party in the Bathtub.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. That was my bad. I turned the volume down before. There we go.
Singing songs in the bathroom. Toys in the bathtub. Bathtub. Get your shoes off, take your clothes off in the bathroom. There's a
You know where you're going, right?
going down in the bathroom.
The bathroom?
Wash your hands
Just
and
go out where you came in. When you go out, like go left, right, and a hard right.
There's a party in the bathtub. Singing songs in your bathroom. Floaty toys in your bathtub. Bathroom, bathtub, bathroom, bathtub. Wash your legs, then your feet and your knees. Tell your mommy and your daddy thank you, please. Thank you. Keep the water and the bubbles in the bathtub. Rinse your hair, it's tear-free, don't be scared. There's a whale and it's blue, it's on the faucet. It's all good, bump your head, big wheel on it. In the bathroom, bathtub,